Hey everyone, it's Lou here from Meet Me Bayonne, and today we have a Beyond Bayonne experience for Restaurant Week coming into its final days. We bucked the traffic and parking and went out in the cold, and we headed into Hoboken for a place called Court Street. The person I was with, Sandy, has been there several times. I was reluctant. I was like, not really want to go to Hoboken. Let's go to PJ Ryan's. So happened we went straight into Hoboken. We got stuck in a little bit of traffic, maybe about 10 minutes worth of traffic for some odd reason. We don't know why. We did find parking. We had to walk several blocks, and it was freezing, but this meal was worth every bite. They really put out, for the $30 they're giving you, they proudly present a large card, which I'm going to show you the picture of. This is what they put out for you. Okay. Alright, that's what they put out for you. Right on your table. It's huge. They don't hide it. They don't try to charade it. They don't try to mask it. And they're giving you $30 worth of food that let's see what we're going to get. The first dish that came down, Sandy chose our mussels. And like I told you, I'm on this big mussel thing that I'm going to find the perfect mussel to see why I don't like them. They did a good job here getting me to like them, but it didn't take me over the top. I'm still looking for a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick, but I had one of hers and I did like it. And here's a picture of Sandy's mussels. There you go. A nice sized portion. Again, this is $30, and then right there is where you're going to see my dish. That is my chorizo. But I'll go back to Sandy's because I did flip it too fast. She loved them. She loved them so much, but she'll tell you about it. I did get to taste a little bit of the juice that they were in, and it was pretty good. You'd want to stick your bread in there and dip it up. Don't let that dish go without eating that. You'd be sorry. It's very tasty. Going back to mine now. Here we go. My dish over here was chorizo, and it also had shrimp in it, slices of onion blended in there. I gotta tell you, this was the best I've ever had. I don't think I've ever had it any better. That portion that you're looking at was for one. It could have easily have been for two. The shrimp was forgettable. It was good. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't, but a shrimp is a shrimp. In this case, this is all about the sausage chorizo, and it was cooked perfectly. I was ready to lick the plate. It was delicious. I don't know what they did in that kitchen to it to get it in that kind of sauce that it was in. The way that a piece of meat overpowered a shrimp. Shrimp absorbs to everything. We all know that. We all love shrimp anyway, unless you have an allergy. But on the other hand, though, it was in there. They had like 4 pieces of shrimp. It was not the highlight of it. Getting that chorizo, every bite, I had to get every bite there was. Stick my bread in there, get those juices up. Absolutely delicious. It was the best thing I ever did. They had several choices. What a huge selection they had for your appetizer. Moving on, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. The next dish over here, that was Sandy's. That was not mine. That was her having a steak, but she'll explain that to you in a moment when she writes her review on it, because I did not eat it. In this case over here, though, I'm going to go to mine. Here we go. That is a lamb shank, and I gotta tell you something, it was truly outstanding. That was probably the most delicious piece of lamb I have had in years. I make it myself. I've gotten pretty good at it. I serve it for the holidays. Everyone loves it, but this put me to shame. It also came with your sides. You'll see if you look over to the left side, you'll see potatoes. That was au gratin. They give you 6 or 7 different choices of potatoes you would like. We both went with the au gratin, which were delicious. What you're not seeing behind a little bit of parsley, they give you a nice size serving, not over the top, of a mashed sweet potato, and it was delicious too. And right next to that, you'll see on the right, you're going to see some spinach, which was a fresh spinach mixed with garlic, traditionally in oil. Nice clean taste. I'm going to throw that to the side. I was grateful for it to be on the plate, but I got to tell you something. I want to go back to this lamb. I never used a knife. It melted off that bone. It was outstanding. Clearly the best one I had in a long time. Shocked to see it on the menu. Lamb shank and with an appetizer and dessert for $30. Unheard of. That piece of meat right there could have been fed to 2 people. I'm a big guy. I like to eat. It fed 1. And there was nothing left on the plate. Absolutely outstanding. I was at this point over the top. I couldn't believe it. We were stuffed. I did not have any kind of wine to complement my meat today. I was driving in Hoboken, tight traffic, cold. I went with a lemonade. A little lame, but I like lemonade. And then we get Sandy's dish, and then we have our two desserts. On the back over there, on the left side, that was Sandy's, some kind of a brownie with a chocolate sauce. Me, I went with the peanut butter pie, chocolate peanut butter pie. Very good. It had a nice topping on it too, which you could see that was shaved chocolate on top. It was different than other places I've had before, and it was very tasty. It was a nice compliment to the meal. Again, I normally don't eat a dessert, but when it comes with it, I'm going to go with it. Sandy had a glass of wine. As I mentioned, I had a glass of lemonade with the tax and tip. Our bill was $85, starting off with the $30 a piece preset. Really a phenomenal deal. Parking over there is atrocious. Good luck if you're going to do it. Do what you did, get up and walk, and listen, if the weather gets warmer and they have the next restaurant week, take the light rail. But so far, I could say Court Street has won. Any other place I've been to was good. Court Street has won as being my favorite restaurant for the January 2014 restaurant week. Everyone, I hope you have a great evening. Thank you. This is Luigi for Eat Me Bayonne. Eat me out.